The dum-dum forgot to take his glasses off because, he was too cold and it was sunny out. He left his glasses on, and in the glasses, I see her taking the picture. How I almost got left at the altar. Hi, guys. So Rob and I decided that we were going to start a Shelly Rob vlog. So sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be him, sometimes it'll be both of us. For today's vlog, we're gonna talk about how I almost got left at the altar. This conversation, we had Café con Chisme not so long ago, and we spoke about this whole thing and how it went down. And yeah, so a lot of people keep asking still because it keeps coming up, or if they see maybe our old picture or whatever. So I decided we're gonna vlog on it so people can go back and check it, or if somebody needs to hear some advice about it, whatever it may be. I was with this guy for about 9.5 years. We're going on 10. By the wedding, it would have been 10 years. The relationship was good. I can't lie. He was very good to me. He was very good to my family. We had a hiccup in the middle of our relationship, both of us, and then we made it work. And then he proposed and we started planning a wedding. I started noticing like different behaviors, more phone calls. He wanted to go out more. He really is a social butterfly. He's a dancer. He has a lot of friends. He's a nurse, very educated guy. At first it's like, all right, he wants to go out, but I wasn't being invited to like his staff events or anything. We got engaged in Puerto Rico, and then he went to work and didn't realize that he butt dialed me. And during that shift, people were asking him like, are you sure? And make sure you get a prenup because she's probably gonna come for your money. And are you positive because you know your situation? So I was like a little confused because what's your situation? Yes, he 100% made way more money than I did. At that time, I was a paralegal for special narcotics prosecutions, and he was a nurse in the city, making a lot of money. So yeah, he was more of the provider, but whatever. I wasn't with him for his money. I never have been with anybody for their money. I make my own money. Whatever, time went by, still different behavior. And then he actually was the one that told me that like, maybe we shouldn't go on with the wedding, or like, that he didn't know if he wanted to still be together. And I found it weird. So I asked him like, what's going on? Are you cheating? Am I not enough? Oh, no, it's not yet. So we thought he was getting cold feet, but I started investigating. His phone line was under my name, well, my godfather's name at the time. So I was able to retrieve phone numbers, pictures, text messages, whatever. I didn't want to believe that he was cheating because he really wasn't a bad person. But he was. He sure was. There was the time that I went to bring him food. I saw the girl there. We invited a bunch of people from his job from the wedding. I'm assuming she was one of the ones that was coming. I was introduced to a bunch of his coworkers, but this one I was not introduced to. I knew nothing about her. I only knew her name because she was calling him at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's strange. And then he said it was because they wanted to discuss patients and stuff, which could be true, but I didn't find to be true because you were there all those years and no one ever did that, and then you refused to pick up the phone call. So that was a red flag. So we started like doing some research, and I found text messages, and I saw a call log that was unbelievably long of conversations with them. And then I saw pictures. He told me he was going somewhere with friends, and the dum-dum forgot to take his glasses off because he was too cold and it was sunny out. He left his glasses on, and in the glasses I see her taking the picture. You said you were going with friends. Why is she the only one there, and why is she the one taking pictures? Interesting. Then we had Venmo at the time. We used Venmo a lot. And in the Venmo, she was sending like money back and forth for like events or activities they did. And she would put stuff like a surfboard or like inappropriate emojis. And I'm like, this man is messing with this chick. He's a douche because you were getting married. But she's nasty too because you knew he was getting married. Why are you messing with a married man? At that point, I feel like you should just not be with the person, but he was still in my house, borrowing my car. We're working things out, and he goes on vacation with what he said with his friends, but I later found out it was with her. I helped him pick clothes for it and everything. But so June was my bridal shower. At this point, things were already funky, but we went on with it. Whatever. I didn't know about the bridal shower. It was a surprise. My family just went on with it. Not many people knew what was going on. And he showed up, gave me flowers, and then he left because he has stuff to do. And turns out he went to the beach with his coworkers and this girl having the time of his life while we're trying to celebrate our marriage with my family. But whatever. By mid-June crap hit the fan. Other people were seeing him with this girl. Some people saw him walking in the city holding hands. Some people saw him eating. He still claimed it wasn't him. I literally saw him. Like they FaceTimed me and I saw him. But nobody wanted to approach him because they did love him and they didn't want to get involved, even though that was my family. But whatever, I respect them. June was the shower. June was where we ended everything. October was the wedding. So from June to October, were you not gonna like say anything? Were you like, you were just gonna leave me at the altar? Because we were still making payments at the venue. So what were you gonna do? I don't know. But anyway, we called it off. We called the wedding off. We still spoke after. He literally said to me like, maybe if we're like together for a little while, we'll see if the spark is still there. And I'm like, yikes. I actually met up with him and talked to him, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was 9.5 years of my life. But it was gonna work out because this chick was there and present, very, very, very present. And every time we were around, she would blow up his phone. It's like, girl, you need to learn. First of all, you guys need to learn. The way you get your spouse is the same way you'll lose them. Believe it or not. 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, whatever it is, you got your spouse by taking them from somebody else. They're going to take that spouse away from you. You're going to learn real quick. Just watch. One day you're going to say, oh, shoot, Shelly told me this. But anyway, he ends up, we cancel everything. My dad gets thyroid cancer. He cashes the check. He cashes a check from the venue of the return money, which was not his money because it was my dad's money. But he wanted the ring back and he didn't get the ring back. So I guess he felt I was compensation. I'm not even getting into that because that shit pisses me off. Ooh, sorry, I cursed. But we go our separate ways, and months later, he moves to freaking Cali with the chick. So I'm like, you don't just pick up and move to a different state without really knowing where you're going or without securing a job. So were you two freaking planning, like applying for jobs? Because they both work in the same place now in Cali. You were applying to jobs, planning to move together, and you were still with me. What the F were you doing still with me? You should have left me in the very beginning when you started feeling things for other people. You could have literally told me the truth and said, look, I'm falling out of love with you, or I feel I still love you, but I feel feelings for someone else, so it's not appropriate for us to continue this relationship. Very easy. I don't understand why people do things when they're A, in a relationship, or 2, like B, whatever, getting married or got married. Like, just break up and do you. You want to be with people, you want to sleep with people, do you. You're grown. But don't drag people along who really have this emotional attachment and respect for you. I continuously try to tell people, like, if you see flags, if you have a gut feeling, go with it. Just go with it. I know some of us try to like hide it or suppress the feelings because you love this person so much, but at the end of the day, is love enough to put yourself through that? I don't think so. Now I'm in a happy relationship. Led me to Rob, so yay.